everybody. Welcome to day 22 of the Sketchbook Blossom Challenge that I'm doing for the month of November. I'm using Zentangle patterns, and I'm Danny, and this is my little helper Monet here. And I'm so happy to be here with everyone this month, and I hope you're enjoying. For those of you that are meeting me for the first time, I am an art teacher for over 26 years now, and I also have a passion for Zentangle, and I am a CZT 36. And I am incorporating Zentangle in with some other creative mixed media elements. So I have my sketchbook here and it is linked below in the description. So you can see which one I am using, but any sketchbook would do. And I am going to be starting day 22 today. And I woke up not feeling so great. I have a disease called acute porphyria, which was flaring up this morning, and I was a little frustrated, but getting myself to work and moving around and being distracted did help out. And I did find some peace within the day because I love my job. So that's going to be my theme for today, I think, is peace. And I happened to find a little cutout in a scrapbook with the word peace on it. And it's in grays and black and white. So I think I'm going to do a black and white theme. And I found the word happy also. So I felt like it was just kind of calling to me. So I'm going to see if I can incorporate those into my work. I do also, funny enough, speaking of porphyria, I have purple hair now. And I wanted to change. And actually, purple is the color for porphyria awareness. So that kind of works out well. So, all right. So Monet and I are going to get started. Are you ready? I wish I could get her to pick up a paintbrush, maybe in time. Maybe like I'll make her a little mini one. What do you think, Monet? Yeah, we'll see about that. All right, let's switch over to our book and get started with our creating. So I'm going to start with some of this golden high flow acrylic in white, and then I also have black, so that will make a gray. And I have a sponge brush here. You might want to put a piece of scrap paper behind or a paper towel, just to prevent the other pages getting this paint on it. But if it doesn't bother you, that's fine. I'm sure I have colors going through from other pages. So I just went ahead and put a paper towel back there, and then I'll use that paper towel throughout the rest of my journal page. So I'm going to take the white and drip some white on. I like to use a lot of white. And then black's a really strong color, so I make sure you shake these also, and make sure you shake them when they are closed because I have had it fly all over. It's already exploded on me and it's a mess. And I'm going to just start with maybe one drop there, so that'll be a little bit lighter. And then maybe this corner will have a few drops to make it a little bit darker. I'm going to take my sponge brush and start to just push and rub. And I don't care about it being smooth. And I have Monet here who is adjusting my hair. She's on my shoulder. You having fun? You making me pretty? And I'm going to just brush this around. And again, don't even like fuss too much, because if you're doing mixed media like me and you are using different layers, you're going to wind up having lots of different things going on. And I just adjusted my camera setting because to me it looked a little darker than what actually was happening here. So I think that's a little bit more accurate to what I'm seeing. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna put this sponge brush into water and I'll be back in a little bit. So I think part of the fun for me with creating is going in and not having a plan some days. So this should look familiar from earlier that I used it on a previous page, some point. Oh, and this is actually one of my favorite pages. So on day 9, I had used this. And I went through my odds and ends drawer. I actually have a dresser that has like a whole drawer of just scrap papers. That's where I found these pieces. So I have some of these. I'm gonna cut away because I don't need all of this. And like I said, I really don't know what I'm doing yet. So maybe I'll just start tearing some pieces. And you can make paper too. I do like this is thin newsprint paper. You can even use newspapers if you wanted to. That would work really well. I don't know, this black, I really like the black because I can picture using Jelly Roll on that. And like I said before, don't worry about your background because as you can see, a lot of this is might wind up getting covered up. So I don't know. I still want to see some of it though. So maybe I don't like the straight edge here. I'm gonna tear that off. So I don't know, maybe something like this piece that I just tore off, maybe I'll put this down here, have like a balance between my darknesses. And all right, I think I'm going to, this is like a Zentangle pattern even, right? I'm gonna start by gluing these down. I am getting chewed by Monet. She is still on my shoulder. I did take a hair dryer and I did some blow drying and doing this video different right now. I've been doing voiceovers and for some reason today I'm just kind of talking through my actual process right now. So this might wind up being a longer video that you can fast forward if you want. Or what I do when I'm watching other YouTube artists, I usually will have a video playing in the background. So if I've run out of audiobooks and I've run out of shows I'm binge watching on um, my iPad, I will look up artist YouTube videos and I will play them in the background while I'm creating different things. And I think it's really good for inspiration and learning. Like, there's no point in life where we should feel that we're at a spot where we're done learning. Like, I don't know everything. When I'm 80 years old, I will not know everything. I will still want to be excited about learning some new things. I feel like everything is very vertical and horizontal. So how about a piece that's going to come diagonal now? All right. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to draw Susie now. I'm going to try it out with a Jelly Roll 10. And if I don't like this, the great thing about this technique I'm doing is I can cover it up. So let's see how this goes. I'm gonna just get this flowing. And it is kind of similar to some of the other patterns that we've done. So there's been quite a bit of discussion. Sometimes I'll be in groups with people and they'll be like, oh, this looks like that. Why did somebody draw it? Or this pattern looks like that pattern. And I get it. And, there are so many things that look similar, but to be honest, if it gave that person joy creating it, so be it. Like, I'm happy for them. So it's all right if some things look the same. That's just my personal opinion. So I'm gonna go in with this jelly roll. It's working okay. What do I want to do? Do I want to go over it or just leave it on the black? I think I'm going to. I'm undecided. I think I'm going to leave it just on the black. Can always go back. It's not a problem. So, and this step out is down below in the comments. So you can go and click on the document and then you can view how to draw this. So I trimmed these down a little bit and I'm going to glue these down. And if you don't like using the gel pen, you could use a white Posca paint marker also, or a Moonlight Jelly Roll. I was sticking with drawing with, kind of keeping things black and white, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't know, I might add a little touch of color to this. So I think I might take just a little bit of chalk. I don't want to do anything too bright. Maybe let me try this blue that I have, this indigo blue, and I'm going to add, that might be a little too hard to see. No, I'm not going to use that. Okay, let's go lighter. I'll add a little pink. See if I can erase some of that. So I don't like that either. So why don't I like that? Because I put the lighter where a shadow is, and it should be reversed because it's black. So instead, I'm going to put the pink on the outer part. So used to shading where the shadow would be like the darker part, but actually we would be doing the reverse for this. So we would have it along these outside pieces instead. Yeah, it's just a little hint rather than using white chalk. I'm using this really subtle pink. And I do feel like I want something else though. Um, Maybe I feel like something in here I might need. I think I'm going to take so you can tell I this is what I do when I'm by myself too. I kind of talk it out. So I'm going to grab some of these gray neo colors, a black and a white. We'll see if I use them all. I'm not 100% sure. And I'm going to, these are organic shapes. We have some geometric here. Um, I think I'm gonna go in and add, I don't know why I'm using that side. I'm gonna use this side instead. I'm gonna add a few um, squares or rectangles on the gray with black. And maybe some up here. And maybe let's see what the white looks like. A little bit of white. I have some blue on this from a previous project. I like it though. Okay, and these are water soluble, but I'm using them dry. The Neo Color ones, those are not water soluble. Those are just more like crayons if you were interested in using those when you're not actually adding water to it. And I don't know, I don't really feel like I need to do too much more. I'm just looking at this space and kind of thinking, I don't know, I have a heart in my head. I don't know if I'm gonna love it though. Um, no, I'm gonna leave it. I think I'm okay, actually. Um, and again, like I've been saying, like we can always come back, right? We can always come back and add to it. And I like how this stands out because I feel like this is its own kind of pattern in itself. So I didn't even wind up using my grays. I used the black and white. All right. So, one last thing. I'm going to take a silver sparkle pop and I'm going to add silver to these orbs. So I hope you're feeling peaceful and happy. And today I had a student, a sixth grader, walk into my room and they looked so sad. I don't know what class they were coming from. I asked if they were okay. Just gave me a little head nod, and I know they weren't, but they didn't really want to talk, which is fine. And I just said to the class, just remember when we're creating art, take all our worries and sadness and let's just put it to the side and see if we can just leave this room maybe even 1% happier. If you can leave 1% happier, that's good. So if you came in today's lesson and you were like, "No, I'm not really feeling into this and I don't know if I want to create," I hope something you can take away brought you a little bit of joy in this amount of time we were together. All right, guys, that's day 22. Thank you for being with me. Please subscribe. I would love to get to that 1,000 mark by the end of the month would be great. And I look forward to seeing your work and seeing you back here tomorrow on day 23. Bye now.